Now let's talk about China, more specifically Xi Jinping. He made a rare public appearance today. China's president is trying to win back global business. He met more than 40 top executives in Beijing today. These are 40 leaders from global companies like Saudi Aramco, BMW, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, FedEx and Samsung. China issued a press release after the meeting highlighting the names of the foreign players who were attending. But here's a more significant part. This is Xi Jinping's third such meeting in less than 2 years, and it shows how serious he is to woo foreign firms, to restore confidence in China and attract big-ticket investments. In today's meeting, he made a fresh pitch before these CEOs. Xi Jinping urged them to believe in China's potential. He promised them stable supply chains and market opportunity, and he also took a dig at the United States.
We must jointly maintain an open and cooperative international environment. Some countries have engaged in small-scale activities, high walls and tariff barriers, politicized economic and trade issues, instrumentalized and weaponized them, and forced companies to take sides and make choices that violate economic laws and are not in line with market rules and the general trend of opening up.
Xi Jinping is saying all the right things. He wants global CEOs to believe that China is back. At the same time, he is pointing fingers at the US and suggesting that the US is putting global trade at risk. And he does have a point here. Trump's policies are disrupting trade, but he cannot blame just the United States. China's economic troubles are his own doing. It is a fact that China's economy is still struggling. Foreign investment is falling, many firms are pulling back, and it does not help that Beijing has tightened its national security laws. It makes China an even more risky turf for these businesses. So foreign companies were left with no choice but to explore alternatives. They even had to move some of their manufacturing. Overall, China's industries are witnessing a slowdown, and there are numbers to back this up. New data shows that China's industrial profits are shrinking. Look at the numbers for January and February. Profits have dropped by 0.3%. This is the opposite of what economists had expected or hoped for. They had hoped for a strong rebound. Instead, China is struggling to reverse its slump, a slump that began long before Donald Trump returned to the White House. Trump's policies have made China's recovery harder, perhaps. Trade pressure from the US is rising. Higher tariffs have made China less attractive as a supplier of goods. The markets have reacted sharply. China's industrial stocks are down. And this drop comes after years of overcapacity and falling prices. You see, many Chinese industries produce more than what they can sell. Their profit margins are under strain. Now, with Trump building more pressure with tariffs, these companies have become less attractive for investors. As China's domestic market is showing weakness, reports say Beijing is considering subsidies to offset some of this. Industries like travel, tourism and sports could be given concessions. Chinese officials hope that this will boost demand and help the economy recover. So you see, this is not just a foreign policy problem. China faces a crisis of confidence. Even with high-profile visits and new projects, foreign companies remain cautious. Brands like BMW and Volkswagen are still building in China, but they are the exception, not the norm. Investment is drying up, and trust is wearing thin. Xi Jinping may blame US tariffs, but the broader picture is bleak. Despite the smiles and the handshakes, confidence is low in China. Xi Jinping is trying to steady the ship, and at this point, his biggest challenge is not America's trade threats. It is China's economy losing shine, thanks to China's president.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.